Road America is the next stop on the FedEx Nationwide Series, and here today will be the running of the Menards Road America 200. Should be an interesting race. It should be a great race here today as we prepare to go road racing here in the FedEx Nationwide Series for the first time this season. Joshua Collard in the car he calls Jenny Joe as the pole for this event. Alongside of him, Joseph Bryant, the California winner in the 18. Row 2, Tim Waycross in the 27 and the 60 of Nicholas Guerrera, Chevy versus Ford. Then Seth Kohler, Michigan winner. Alongside of him is John Waycross. Then Sam Young and Jeffrey Finguy of Row 4. Row 5 has Jared Stone in the 62 and DeMarcus Brown in the 66. Row number 6 has the 22 of Skylar Harris and the 14 of Ryan Acosta. And here comes the command to fire them up here at Road America.
Drivers, start them engines!
That's a Southern way of doing it, isn't it? Yeah! Southern guy showing up at Wisconsin, huh? Huh. How strange. Hey, NASCAR's supposed to be a Southern sport anyway, so why not? Field coming out of the front stretch, the green flag about to wave, and the Menards Road America 200 is on, and Jenny Joe's car with Joshua Collard has got awesome jump, took off like John Force at start, didn't it? John Waycross in the 27 goes in the second position now for Bruco Motorsports, the Castrol GTX 27, so Ford in the front, Chevrolet second, Toyota in third. And another Toyota and Ford with Team in and SCRA right together. Joseph Bryant in the 18 and the 20 of Seth Cole, which runs number 4 right now, with the 60 of Nicholas Guerrera running 5th. And under the bridge it goes. 8 laps around this 4-mile road course. That's 32 miles around this racetrack. So the drivers are going to have pretty much a bit of a headache there, turning left and right and shifting gears. But that's all part of road racing. And more often than not, it's the interesting thing too. Kind of the beauty of it too, because a lot of NASCAR racing we see is left and right turns, or is left turns I should say, no right turns at all. And of course that's a good thing about road racing, because it's changed from what you normally see. Boy, Tim Waycross in 27 giving Joshua Collard chase and down this 4-mile racetrack. Joshua Collard got a good start in car 13. And he will lead lap number 1 here at Road America. And the only track I know of is also it's got an uphill before you get to the start-finish line. And boys, you see that speed going off into turn number 1, 183 miles per hour out of the car he calls Jenny Joe. As Joshua Collard leads him down still, though that's kind of, you do hard braking as well, going in turn number 1 as also. Nicholas Guerrera running mid position, running ahead of John Waycross in the 1 car. Jeffrey Finguy in 7th, 8th DeMarcus Brown, Sam Young 9th, Ryan Acosta in the Eric McClure car runs 10th. Jared Stone running 11th, 12th is Jack Richards, Dion Scott 13th, 14th Skylar Harris, 15th is Cole Daly, then Dylan Young 16th, 17th is Eric Matthews, 18th Mitchell Jones, Tim Gardner, who we saw go way wide in a turn, runs 19th. Samuel Mills runs 20th in car number 31. with Adrian Becker running in 21st. And off into the kink they go of the racetrack. Bob Ferguson, 22nd position. Lisa Shears driving the Johanna Long car for ML Motorsports, runs in 23rd. Lisa winner earlier this season at the Arizona Speedway. Logan Wilson, Charles Jackson, Roy Vanderbilt in 26th position. He's not going to be happy with this performance. David Burton, two-time winner of the season. Dale Keselowski, winner at Charlotte. Ed Gardner in 29th position. Natalie Hernandez runs 30th. 31st is Dylan Hughes. He's not going to be happy with this run neither. Cole Moore going inside of Ricky Falcon in the 40. But Falcon still going to take position back in turn number 1. Yes, he will. So move him ahead of Cole Moore. Jerry Guerrero, 34th, 35th. Derek Henderson, he's not going to be happy with his run. Neither will Eric Burton in dead last right now. But it's been all about Jenny Joe here today. Joshua Collard so far has led the first 2 laps of the race. He is the pole sitter for the event, remember, in car 13. Let's take a lap around with Jenny Joe and Joshua Collard. You look at the tachometer right there, you can see how it acts up when it shifts the gears, of course. There's no shift light on these cars, of course, here, on these Nationwide cars. That's why you see the tachometer blink red. It's one can kind of act as a rev limiter, and 2, it might act as a shift light to some extent. And Collard just clicked off his fast lap of the race at 120.010 miles per hour. And he's got 5 laps remaining right now in his 8-lap marathon that is the Menards Road America 200. Collard beginning to pull away a little bit from Tim Waycross in car 27. Here, Bruco Motorsports having a good season so far. Tim Waycross, like I said, won at Iowa Speedway on the short track just a little earlier in the season. Him and his brother John is kind of one of the few family duos or trios we see in this series. Off into the kink it goes there, about 155, 160 miles per hour down through there. And about 180 before you get to that very tight turn, which is right about there, the little horseshoe. And it's a 14-turn course, by the way, here at Road America. And boy, Waycross, he's closing in a bit on Joshua Collard. It's like you drop back, then you move up, and obviously Waycross was moving up for a run. See, that's the faster lap this time by. Waycross did, but not by much. By about 0.3 of a mile an hour. Team Menards CRA running right together. The 18 of Joseph Bryant runs third still. He won at California Speedway in that tremendous finish over there. Coming to the start-finish line, that race, he was... I think it was a side-by-side battle between him and DeMarcus Brown coming down to the start-finish line, which ended up with Joseph Bryant getting his first win of the season, or first win of his FedEx Nationwide Series career, driving for Kyle Busch Motorsports. I guess you might as well say, or not actually, it's Joe Gibbs Racing, excuse me, the 18. He and Seth Cole both driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, but you might as well call it Team Menards CRA. As Joseph and Seth bring their cars through the kink of the racetrack. Seth Cole runs in 4th position right now in car number 20. He won at Michigan under yellow, but Seth had a good car that last about 5 laps of that race. Nicholas Guerrero running pretty strong right now in the 60 car, runs in 6th position. Runs in 5th position for Roush Fenway Racing. John Waycross, the HendrickMotors.com Chevrolet, running just ahead of Jeffrey Finguy in the 32 car to Dollar General Chevrolet for Turner Motorsports, which runs in the 7th position right now. DeMarcus Brown, we was talking about him just a minute ago, runs in 8th in the number 66 500 Energy Toyota, which won this race a season ago with Cody Lamas behind the wheel. Sam Young in a 30 car runs in 9th, and then Ryan Acosta in the 14 car runs in 10th position. Three laps remaining right now. Joshua Collard still the leader of the race in car 13. Savard has been dominant the entire race, though. Started from the pole, won on the short track at Nashville Nashville Speedway, the short track over there at Nashville, I should say. And of course also won on a road course last season at Watkins Glen. And right now he and Jenny Joe knows they've got 2.5 laps remaining here at Road America. One of the most tough road courses on the circuit, 4 miles long, as we mentioned, the longest road course in the world. But I tell you what, though, Tim Waycross in that 27 car, he might have something to say about that by the time I get to the white flag, because he's been a little bit faster somewhat than Collard on some parts of the track. I don't know. Collard just pulls ahead, then Waycross moves back up, then Collard pulls ahead. It's been kind of a bit of a pattern going on between those two drivers. And that time Waycross dropped back just a little bit on the speed. 1:19.49, the Collard's 1:19.56. 2 laps to go for Joshua Collard. Joseph Bryant, car 18, runs in 3rd position, as I said. Jared Stone runs in 11th position. He takes the spot away from Jack Richards and Dion Scott. 13th, 14th, Skylar Harris. 15th. 14th is Skylar Harris. 15th right now is Cole Dally in a 38. Dylan Young, Eric Matthews, Mitchell Jones, Tim Gardner, and Samuel Mills, the top 20. In this race. Collard brings it down into Joshua Collard brings that car down into the kink of the racetrack. To some races they call it Canada Corner somewhat here at Road America. I'm not sure why. I just call it the kink of the track. But Joshua Collard in the car he calls Jenny Joe knows they got the white flag this time by. The car out of the Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing Stable has been dominant so far at Road America. As the white flag about to wave for Joshua Collard, as he has got one lap remaining to try to hold up the rest of the field. As the white flag waves for Joshua Collard, one lap remaining in the Menards Road America 200. Tim Waycross, driving the Castrol GTX Chevrolet for Bruco Motorsports, runs second. That's the 1999 Casey Atwood paint scheme he's running. Been running very well so far this season, as I said before too. Still Joseph Bryant third, still Seth Cole in fourth, and still Nicholas Guerrero fifth. They've been single file the entire race. The car's coming down in the turn now. Excuse me. Braking for one of the very tight parts of the track, and now this turn is a little bit tricky too. Listen to the motors on these cars. That turn you kind of play around with the throttle and brake just a little bit though. Let off, get back on, let off, get back on. But now in the kink of the track you go full throttle. Over 185 miles per hour through there. But then Collard brakes hard from 185 miles an hour down to 74 miles per hour in that turn. Two more turns remaining for the number 13 car for Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing. As coming out through turn number 14 of the track, the car he calls Jenny Joe, Joshua Collard, brings it uphill and to the start-finish line he goes. The checker flag waits for Joshua Collard, and he will win the Menards Road America 200. Joshua Collard has done it at Road America. His second road course victory. Tim Waycross comes home second. Third was Joseph Bryant. Fourth was Seth Cole. And fifth was Nicholas Guerrero. 2 Fords, a Chevy, and 2 Toyotas in the top 5. But boy, what a dominant car Joshua Collard had the whole day. 119.604 average speed, and boy, flat pulled away from the rest of the field here, didn't he? Joshua Collard wins today's event here at Road America. Tim Waycross finishes in second position. Third, Joseph Bryant. Fourth, Seth Cole. Fifth, Nicholas Guerrero. John Waycross, Jeffrey Finguy, DeMarcus Brown, Sam Young, and Ryan Acosta, the top 10. Good run for the rest of the bunch here. The rest of the top 20, Jared Stone, Jack Richards, Dion Scott, Skylar Harris, Cole Daly, Dylan Young, Eric Matthews, Mitchell Jones, Tim Gardner, and Samuel Mills, the top 20 in the event. Next, all the way down to Ed Gardner in 28th in car 87. And Eric Burton won't be happy dead last. Derek Henderson won't be happy with a 35th. Dylan Hughes ain't going to be happy with the 31st place, never neither. But for Joshua Collard, the car he calls Jenny Joe in Victory Lane here today at Road America. And that car looks super nice in Victory Lane, doesn't it? And that win for Joshua Collard moved him in the 9th place in the points chase with his second win of the season. Tim Waycross has the points lead by 39 points over Lisa Shears. So Shears' bad run cost her the points lead. Skylar Harrison, third. Nicholas Guerrero, fourth. Logan Wilson, fifth. Samuel Mills, David Burton, Roy Vandervee, then Joshua Collard. And DeMarcus Brown, the top 10 in the points chase. Jeffrey Finguy down in 20th spot. Dale Keselowski down in 36th position. So, several big names down there in the field, though. Charles Jackson, 26th. There, Dylan Hughes, 28th. Ryan Acosta, 31st in the points chase. Adrian Becker, 33rd. Dylan Young, you never see him that low in the points, 35th. Ugh. So 17 of 36 races down in the books. So next race on the tour, Daytona for the Pepsi Max 250. Don't miss it.